Hi, it's Cassidy from the Bourbonnais Public Library District. I'm going to do a Adulting 101 video for you today. So the subject of this video is how to write a professional email. Now, having the ability to write a professional email is very important nowadays, especially if you are a student or are entering the job market. So this just tells people, it gets your message across clearly, and it shows them that you really want the job or your assignments or whatever. You're taking everything very seriously. A lot of times, if you write an email that maybe is like one long sentence, it's often confusing and it leaves the email recipients a little unsure about what information you're trying to convey and what you want from them. So we're just going to go through how to write a simple professional email. So I have a new email message opened up here. So the first thing you need to do is enter in their email address. Now make sure that you are entering the correct email. Often the most common error is a misspelling in that email, and you want your email to actually get to the person that you're sending it to. So just make sure you are typing that in correctly. The next line is subject. Now a lot of people think that a subject message is not necessary because all of your content will be in the body of the email, but it's actually quite necessary. A subject gives your email recipients a preview of what the email is about. And often if you're writing a person for the very first time and you don't know them, the subject gives them a little preview of who you are and the fact that they should open it. So sometimes if you get an email and there's no subject, you might find it suspicious, so they may not open it. So you want a subject line so that they know that this is a real email from somebody with information. So for subject line, you just want a few words about what your email is about. So let's say that we are applying for a job posting. So for that subject line will be application for customer service agent. That's just an example of something you could. That's a good way to address an email job application. So, and then going into the body of the email, a salutation is very important. So it makes it really clear who you are emailing with their name, and it just makes the email a little more professional and easier to read. So if you are emailing somebody about a job application, you want to find that contact. If you don't have a contact for that job, just write to whom it may concern. But for this, let's say that we do know who it is, and it's a Mr. Smith. So you're just going to say, Dear Mr. Smith. Now we're ready for the body of the email. So you don't need to write a lot of text in the body of the email. It's often better just to get your message across in a few clear, concise sentences. For a job posting, you want the person to know that you're applying for the job and how they can access your information. So let's say I am writing to apply for the customer service agent position that was listed on your website. This is clear, direct, to the point, so they know what you're trying to do, and they know where you found the information for the job. A lot of employers, they like to know where job postings are most effective. And then for a lot of job applications, or if you're in school, you're often going to be attaching documents to your emails. So you always want to let the email recipient know that you have attached something to your email. That way they know it's there, because a lot of times attachments aren't always super obvious, especially to someone who doesn't use emails a lot. And it's good to let them know that that attachment is safe and it was intentional on your part. So for a job application, you want to write, I have attached my resume and cover letter to this email. That just lets them know that it's there, like I said. And then you always want to include a call to action in an email. So something that says, I look forward to hearing from you soon. If you have any questions, please let me know. So just a few sentences, but it's clear, and Mr. Smith obviously knows what this email is about. And then you just want to end it. So I use thanks most commonly in my own emails. Just it's thanking them for their time and for whatever you're asking them to do. Other things that are appropriate and professional are sincerely or regards. That is really up to you. And then you want to make sure that you list your name and any contact information. I have an email signature listed with my work email, but if I didn't, you would just say Cassidy Steinke, and then email, and then a phone number if you want them to contact you via phone. If you don't, just leave that blank. And then before you hit send, you want to make sure, that you're attaching any attachments that you talked about. I've done that a few times where I have said in an email, oh, I attached something to this email, but I forgot to do the actual attaching. Just make sure that any attachments are there. And then you just want to read through your email and make sure you have no weird grammar errors or typos. Once you read through it and it looks good, you just want to hit that blue send. And it goes through, and I send it to myself so it appears instantly. And that's a little bit about how to write a professional email. It's easy to do. It just takes maybe a little bit more time to craft. But it really sets you apart and makes whoever you're sending an email to know that you're serious and that you're trusted. Well, I hope you enjoyed this Adulting 101 video. We have other videos coming out in September about critical skills for new adults. So please take a look at those. Have a great day. Bye.